I'm ready.
We're ready. Okay, so we're back.
We're back. Back and better than ever.
Back and better than ever. So there's a lot of things to talk about today. I think the first thing, we'll just end with Love is Blind, I think. I think that was we did a really good closing segment
about
last week.
Cranberry sauce?
Yes, about disgusting. The cranberry sauce. And it was
funny.
And it was honestly really polarizing because I was brutally offended. But other than that, it's fine. But so we'll recap on Love is Blind. But so before we do that, we are going to talk about the ad that we currently have running about social media.
Okay.
Josh, if you want to roll the ad really quick.
Yeah, Josh.
Just kidding.
Roll the ad.
Roll the ad. So, not supposed to say That's okay.
No, that's okay. So what we were going to talk about is social media and how it can be challenging for someone who doesn't have really enough knowledge about what is going to perform well and how having consistent and aesthetically pleasing and educational or inspiring or all those different types of content, how that's going to genuinely affect how they're getting, how much engagement they're getting. Yeah.
I think let's break down the first impressions. So we'll break down first impressions, and then we're going to talk about the difference of TikTok and Instagram, the types of content that people make. And then we're going to talk about the reasons why people seem to not want to pursue social media.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the first thing to point out is that social media is literally the cheapest form of marketing that you can that you can do.
For sure.
So I think that's something that people really don't understand. And I think I also think it's very overwhelming for people.
For sure.
If you're not a Gen Z or millennial, I think it's really challenging for people to comprehend social media. But it's definitely such a powerful tool that I think not a lot of business owners utilize. So the ad that we have going right now is about people posting on social media and not getting engagement. So we're going to talk about first impressions. First impressions. So think about if you're going into a restaurant. So say we both love Chipotle. New Chipotle opens and you walk in and, maybe the guy that's in the line behind the counter is maybe greasy hair. Maybe you see a bug on the floor. Maybe they're rude to you, whatever your first impression is, right?
Yeah. Leaky ceiling, whatever it may be.
Yeah. Maybe a bad smell, all of those things. So all of those things are really, really emotional reactions, right? Mm-hmm. So when posting on social media, it's essentially the same exact thing. So you post on social media and someone comes to your page, to your grid, and so most of the time humans have a 3-second attention span to make a quick judgment, to make a first impression judgment. So you have 3 seconds. That's nothing. But I mean, if you think about it, it makes sense. That's, I mean, I can say for myself that when I walk into somewhere new, it gives me if you get a vibe, I'm out.
By the way, have never been into Chipotle, but that gave us that vibe.
Yes. No.
Chipotle's the best.
Chipotle's the best.
Just for example, love
Sponsor us, Chipotle.
Sponsor us. I love your burritos.
So social media is the exact same.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of the time that when people are posting on social media, it's not even that they don't have the knowledge of what type of content to post, what people are engaging with, and how to really create that. And I think not only that, so if you get past the struggle of posting consistently, as you were saying, posting consistently and then posting somewhat aesthetically pleasing content, there's a whole list of algorithm specific things that Instagram and TikTok require. So not require, but they will praise you for it. And praise, I mean, they'll push your content out a little bit faster. So all those things, I mean, it's a full-time job.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
That is what I spend pretty much all of when I'm not doing this with Kelly, filming fun podcasts and going and working with clients. I am pretty much on, it sounds like someone's, dream job to just stare at social media, but it's hard work.
It's difficult.
Because I'm not just mindlessly watching these videos.
Yeah.
Like you have to be analyzing
You
it,
have to
looking
be analyzing them.
like listening to the audios, finding trending audios,
Right.
and finding audios for stuff
Yeah.
is like really hard, especially because people use, you know, trending songs or something. And especially for companies like our Southern Baked Pie, who's like very like cut clean and
traditional,
you know,
Southern values.
They don't want curse words
Yes.
in their stuff. And
oh my gosh, like every
song has a curse word
Yeah.
somewhere in it.
Yep.
And, you know, finding something that's happy and something that can always fit the vibe, and
Right.
finding, you know, another struggle, finding the best time to post.
Yes.
That is always going to change.
Yeah, and we can do videos about all of these separate things if you guys have questions about these, because they're like literally could be their own topics, like honestly. And really quick before we move any further into this episode, I really want to take time to introduce you properly because I failed to do that last time. So this is Leslie.
Hi.
She is amazing. She is our marketing director and producer.
Yep. Marketing director. And producer.
And well, social media producer,
Well, I think it would be social media director,
social media director,
marketing
producer.
marketing producer.
Yeah. So we just,
There's the title.
there's the title. That's who she is. And she's a very, very, as all of my wonderful employees are super, super valuable to me. But Leslie does a lot behind the scenes that a lot of people don't get to see, which is why she's out here with me. And we're going to have Josh on eventually when he wants to.
You've probably seen my hands quite a bit if you watch Sweetgrass Dairy videos or
she
some
has
big
the
pie
beautiful
videos.
young hands.
Yep, so I'm always baking pies and
She's
cutting up
learned
cheese.
a lot. She's learned a lot about
I'll tell you what.
culinary.
Cutting a piece of pie is an art form.
It is.
It is an art form. It's very difficult.
Yes.
It is a little soul-sucking when I cannot get the piece to cut pretty.
I know.
But
It kinda-
you brush it off. You eat the ugly piece that you don't take pictures of, and you just like keep going.
Yeah, you just keep going.
You just keep going.
So-
Can't let it burden you.
Can't let it bring you down too much, you know?
Yep.
So, well, I just wanted to do that because last time I didn't get to do that because I was like, as Josh would say, I was very excited.
We were both excited, so it's okay.
So I think we're a little bit toned down more today. So
Brought it back down.
So first episode was hi, and then now we're like in the mid. So that's good. Okay, so back to posting on social. So you obviously you deal with this all the time, and talking about when to post, talking about, you know, what to post, all those things, like all of those things, like I said, could be their own separate videos, which we can definitely do and talk about more in depth, but we have a lot to talk about today. So I think let's talk about the difference in content versus, well, let's not even talk about the different types of content yet, but let's talk about the differentiations of TikTok and Instagram.
Very different platforms.
So different.
Very, very different. I mean, different in so many different ways, almost every single way, honestly.
And it's funny because for the longest time, you could really see Instagram trying to compete with TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
And when TikTok first came out, I don't think they really thought it was too much of a threat. And then and now it's like, I would say now they've eased up a little bit. But I really feel like within the past year, they have just been like throwing things at the wall and seeing what sticks.
Mm-hmm.
And so they were really, really pushing Reels for a long time. And now they seem to have shifted a little bit. I think they do favor Reels still for sure, but I think that they've also made some other partners and done some collaborations like with Shopify.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that they've really pushed Shopify a lot. So our brands that use Shopify and use Shopify links to link their products they also are really pushing those. So, you know, every business has things that they, you know, businesses and collaborators that they work with that they have to favor. So I understand that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so in terms of the content, and let's think back to Instagram, like circa 2012, 2013. Oh, sorry, my nose is so drippy.
Gotta take the Z.
I know. Oh, that's embarrassing. So it is such a visual platform, right? Like it was the number one visual platform. It was like where everybody was sharing photos. Brands were killing it. I myself being one of them. I was like, this is like my live portfolio, you know, to showcase all of our wedding photos, all those types of things. And so now that it's shifted so much, it has like drastically changed the way that social media is. And I think it's interesting because Instagram has always been the king of aesthetics.
Oh, for sure.
It's always been like, if you think about it, you know, like the hot cheerleader in high school, you know, like the popular cheerleader that looks amazing. Everybody wanted to be a part of it. Like, you know, it just has always been that platform, always about aesthetics, always about looking the best, always giving that facade, right? And I think when TikTok came on scene is when everything like really, really shifted.
And well, so it's so funny because TikTok originally was Musical.ly.
Yeah.
And that was quite literally just lip syncing.
Right.
Just these like young teenagers that somehow like posted some video randomly of them lip syncing to like Eminem and then blew up. And now those people have, you know, like modeling careers or like a YouTube channel that makes them a bunch of money. And like when you really think about it, it's like, wow, you really just posted a video of you like mouthing to lyrics.
Right.
And now you're here.
Yeah.
And now it's TikTok and now people still do that. But now it's just like dancing videos and it started with that originally. And now it's shifted so much more where people are posting life advice and posting about their business and posting. There are still obviously those, you know, teenagers like Charli D'Amelio who are still posting dance videos.
Yeah.
But most of what people see is what they're interested in. And if you are having your own business and you're like engaging with that type of stuff, you see a lot more business nowadays.
Absolutely.
People are using it so much to advance their business to younger people because they know they use that platform.
Yeah. And I think the biggest thing to talk about is the vast difference of the type of content that's out there. So if you look at Instagram and you look at TikTok is a very candid platform.
Yep.
It's not something that most of the time is shot on like a nice DSLR or something like that. It is like candid, on the fly type of content.
Right in the moment.
Right in the moment. And I think that adds like a very different level of connection with the audience and why it's so, why it's grown so popular so quickly. Because Instagram has just never had that connection with its audience. It's always been more about like the appearance. Like, and I think that's why a lot of people had a lot of issues with social media is because it's all about appearance. It's all about like keeping up with the Joneses, you know, like this appearance that everything in my life is really great and going really well. And Instagram has always been that platform. But then TikTok came on and they were like, everything's not like that, you know, like this is the real parts of life that, you know, we're going to show you and people are going to create this content on the fly and like really raw emotional content that allows you to connect with that person and get to know that person. And that's what really connects viewers and makes you want to follow them. So I think for us, what we try to do in terms of bringing those types of clients to Instagram is really creating emotional content that does that same thing, but in a really beautiful aesthetic way. So that's what we've been really focusing on the past couple months. And I think we've done a really good job at that.
100%. But there's another thing about Instagram and just social media in general. It is just ever so changing.
Yeah.
I mean, there is not a minute where something that was popular a day ago is no longer popular.
Right.
Or a sound or like a whatever it may be. Something, like the moments are just so fleeting.
Yeah, 100%.
And you have to stay very positive and very current on everything because one minute this could be trending and then you post it the next day and it's like Sorry, that's over
that's
with.
that's like talking about like on Instagram, trending audio versus original audio. They switched back and forth of like what they were going to push out, and so we were just doing all these different types of like, again, just throwing things at the wall to see what sticks, because they told everybody to push original audio. Well, then they did, and they were really pushing original audio for a long time, and then all of a sudden they switched and they're like, no, we're going back to doing trending audio, and I'm like, wait, what? So again, they changed their mind really quickly. So, and I can see, as going back to our business owners that we're speaking to, and why people don't want to post on social media and why people find it frustrating. I get it. I understand. Yeah. So I think a lot of the times that when our clients or potential clients come to us and talk about wanting to pursue their business on social media, the two biggest things that I think people hesitate on is cost and time. So let's do the time commitment first. So the time commitment, as you know, as we all know in this room, is
real.
It's real. It's a really big time commitment. And as business owners, entrepreneurs, people, you wear so many hats that you think, oh my God, spending like every, 4 to 5 hours every 2 weeks to shoot content.
It seems insane.
It seems a lot. That seems like a lot. And so, we do get some pushback on that. But we do our best to convey that to our clients, that this is important. This is what's going to get you the best return. And that's all you can do. But it is a big time commitment. And it's something that usually when clients do sign on with us, they're really, really ready for, because they're really ready to make a change in their business.
And we make it abundantly clear from the get-go, like this is not something like we just like take a few pics here and there,
right,
and we post you and like write a caption for you.
Right.
Like, we are really locking in our time and our thoughts. I spend so much time at home just going through Instagram and going through and like writing notes, trying to come up with video ideas for all of them.
Absolutely.
Because that is honestly the most time consuming part of all of it. Is really coming up with interesting and relevant ideas for them to speak on.
For sure.
I mean, especially with our realtors.
Yes.
I mean, with everything that's going on in the market, or everything that's going on, in their lives, or with, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You don't want to be talking about the same thing that everyone else is talking about.
Right. Absolutely.
But you still want to be able to relate to what people are interested in hearing about.
For sure. I totally agree.
And like with our dietitian right now, I don't know if you guys watch TikTok, but gut health and health wise, and these foods and, cure-alls and workout plans and all this random stuff. All of it is so in right now.
Yeah.
And a lot of people want to hear what an actual person, an actual registered dietitian did this for a living.
Yeah.
Wants to hear about it.
Right.
And wants to say about it. So
yeah. So that's the one thing. The time commitment is a big deal. And then the second thing is the cost. So as we all know, how much we work, how much time commitment goes into it on our side. Not only are you when you hire us, are you getting a team that is very educated in what we're doing, keeping like you just said, keeping up with trends, doing all the research, making sure that when we commit to a client that we have a lot of background information, we know about that side of the industry, we know what's going to perform really well. I mean, that's invaluable in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
But then not only on top of that, but you're getting the content. So you're not only getting the knowledge, but you're getting the content that is going to align with that knowledge, which is like, obviously we're very biased, but, that's a big deal. It's not just somebody that has, you're going to find off of Craigslist and you're just going to be like, oh yeah, I'm a social media manager.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
and they're taking pics with their iPhone and
right,
stuff.
Exactly. Now, I'm sure that those people probably charge a lot less than we do, but I don't think the results are going to be the same.
No, definitely not. And I don't think there's anything wrong with, what they're doing, and maybe they, do a just a fine job.
Right.
But we make sure that we are going above and beyond for all of our clients.
For sure.
And bringing DSLR to all of our clients really just up the ante.
Right.
On everything. I mean, we have much better audio now. We have much better video now. We have so much more And thank you, Josh, to our videographer who gets videos done so fast so that we can always have them up. I mean, having someone who we just have so much more than just an iPhone.
Yes. I mean,
We're doing so much
like
more.
we said, there's a lot of knowledge in this team. There's a lot of knowledge. We've done this a lot of years. And not only the time and the years that we have been doing it, but when we dedicate to a new client, like I just said, like you, Josh, and myself dedicate the time to figure out how we can best serve that client. You know, it's not just like, oh yeah, sure. Like we take anybody, like come be a part of our, you know, our agency. We want to make sure that it's the right fit, and we want to make sure it's going to be, we're going to be able to perform the best that we possibly can for them. So I think that's really important.
Yeah. And, you know, the way that I think we do a really good job at easing our clients' minds when this gets tough.
It's such like a mental, like, it's like more of like a therapy session sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Because like we're
personal
really,
hype men.
Yeah, personal hype men. We're life coaches. We're like therapists. We're like talking through all of these issues. Because I mean, you know, when you're getting in like doing what we do, we get really involved with people's lives and people's businesses. And a lot of the people that we work with, their business is their life. And so I think that we both can respect that. And so we get really involved and we learn a lot about the backside of what they do. And I think that, you know, we can relate and we can understand, you know, all the struggles that they're going through and realize that like, these are not, this might not be in our job description, but we're here and we're going to help you and we're going to coach you through this. So I think that that's like obviously a part of the job that I think is so, I mean, it's just, again, we both love working with people. Yeah. So, and getting to know people and their stories. So I think that that's something that we both really enjoy.
Yeah. I mean, being able to see them not at their worst, but in like a very stressful moment. Like, and we've seen Robin at some deep moments.
Yeah, we've seen all of our clients in deep moments, you know.
And being able to talk them through it and offer our advice where we know how we can offer it.
Absolutely.
And ease their mind and make them know that we are here for them. Yes. That we aren't doing this for just like anything else.
Exactly.
I mean, we are here to grow your business.
Right.
So being able to ease their mind and, you know, hype them up and say like, this is all going to be great.
It's all going to be good because we are here to support you and help you and we're going to get you through it. So I think that's really important.
And especially, I mean, you know, we make it look very easy in front of this, but
I
reality
know.
is.
Well, yes.
But it's very hard to sit down and talk in front of the camera.
It's very difficult. It is very, very difficult.
You know, I think another thing that we do a really good job at is making them know that they're, you know, that it's not easy what they're doing.
Yeah, it's not easy.
I think everyone wants to just immediately be good.
So like if you guys saw like all of these cameras in this room right now, and it's so easy to like be sitting on your couch and just like watching something and being like, oh wow, you know, and judge somebody.
Yeah.
But holy shit, man, it's really hard. It's very hard. And I really just have a lot of respect for people that put themselves out there because it is just, it's not easy. Yeah. You know, it's not easy. So, well, I think that's like a good like wrap for the day.
Yeah. All right. So Love is Blind.
So let's talk about Love is Blind.
Bartise, I literally hate you.
Okay. So did you watch the reunion and everything?
Yeah, I watched the reunion.
So, first of all, the first shock. So, okay, just to kind of recap, like we're talking about Love is Blind, the last episodes that were just released.
Yeah, for like the actual weddings.
The actual weddings. So I think the first one that was like the first one that they showed and the most shocking to me was SK.
Oh, yeah.
And Raven. I was like...
I was convinced they were going to say yes. I thought they were going to be the only people that did say yes.
I mean, and first of all, she is like stunning.
Oh, yeah.
Stunning. And SK is like a doll. Like, I mean, just the sweetest pea. I just love him so much. I mean, they just seem to work really, really well together. And I think, you know, there were probably parts that the producers made it seem a certain way. But I feel like
in general, they both seemed very in tune with one another.
Yeah, I agree.
She was not a super lovey-dovey person.
Yeah.
He wasn't exactly a super lovey-dovey person, but he was like him saying like, I want to learn to love you in the Raven way. Yeah. That's like every girl's fucking dream.
Yeah, I agree.
He's a dream come true.
Yes, I agree. I do think I'm just going to skip to Colleen and Matt because they're like fresh on my mind. I think that is like a train wreck to me. First of all, like back in the pods, like I feel like she picked him
just to pick him.
Like if I were him and I went back and I saw that, like she was like getting scared that no one was going to pick her.
Yeah, she got rejected like 4 times.
Yeah. And
then just was like, there's one person left and it's Matt.
Yeah. And you're like, oh,
2
you're
days
just going to
later,
like,
you like say yes, you love him.
I know. And you like
him.
watch the proposal and she's like, oh my God. Like, and you're like, that is so ingenuine.
I don't know if they went on more dates than, obviously they definitely went on more dates than what they actually showed. Yeah. I just wish that if they were going to have that be the end of their of Colleen and Matt and have them end up together, feels like they should have showed more than like the 2 dates that they went on.
Yeah, I agree.
Because it literally was, we saw him once when they first spoke. Yeah. And we didn't see him until she was like, and there's Matt.
Yeah, it was like really weird.
What?
Okay, Bartise and
Nancy. I love Nancy.
Okay, I love Nancy. Okay, so I love Nancy, but I'm going to say that I think Nancy was stupid. I don't think she is stupid. I think that she made a poor decision and a stupid decision to move forward with him. Obviously, this is like, I really don't love when people like judge other people like on TV shows, because I'm sure if you were in that situation, but like just from what they showed, I feel like she's such a smart girl and like she has her shit together. Like she has her shit together, and like he just seemed, the way that they portrayed him, it just really didn't seem like he had his shit together, and that he was the one that was so hesitant, and she was
like
all
26?
in. Yeah. And so I don't know, like it just didn't really like seem to fit like very well. And she just was like, she was way too good for him.
Oh, for sure.
Way too good for him.
She's talking about like owning all of these investment properties and stuff. And he's all pissed off that she like owns one with like her ex-boyfriend.
Yeah,
I'm like, get over yourself.
Just so stupid. Okay, who do we have left?
Cole and Zainab.
Oh my God.
Hate Cole.
No.
Burning passion.
Really?
Burning passion. I hate him.
I hate Zainab.
I didn't like either of them, but
no.
I think Cole is just a total fucking dick.
Really?
The things he said to her?
About what?
In the room, saying like,
are you bipolar? What?
No, when he like went over to Colleen and was like, in the ideal world. And then
yeah.
And then after that happened, they were in the bedroom and he was saying like, he was telling her what he had said to Colleen, but like in a short version, like not really like sort of sugarcoating it. And he said to her, like, she was like, well, that's like really great. That makes me feel like amazing. And he was like, well, what do you want me to say, that you're the most beautiful girl and I'm never going to look at anyone else? She was like, no, I don't want you to say that, because like now for the rest of my life, like I'm not going to be able to think about anything else. And if like, I never will believe that you're meaningful when you say that to me. And I just think he just like, there's some things that I do think she overreacted on way too high. The tangerine. Come on.
Or like when she came home and like he was cooking dinner and she like ripped him a new asshole. Like,
yeah.
I was like, no wonder he's like that, because you were so picky. You would just like pick at him until he just explodes. And then he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, and she's like, you broke my self-confidence and like all this like BS and about the tangerine thing. And then they replayed the tangerine thing. And it was like totally shattered her entire argument. And I was like, you are an idiot. Like, I really just don't think, I think that Cole, I really liked Cole. I think that like the Colleen thing was, first of all, I don't think him and Zainab were ever going to make it.
No.
I mean, just from like the first day of them being together, like it just was never gonna work. Like she was like I personally think that she needs to go to therapy. I think that she has a lot of things that she's got to work out in her own self-confidence and like those types of things, like self-worth, like all of that. Like I think she needs help with. But I don't think that Cole did anything to her to shatter her, you know, all those things. Again, like, I don't know. Maybe he did, and I just sound like a jerk saying that, but I really don't think that that's true. And I just don't think that they were, I don't think that they were a good fit, and I think she was just too insecure.
Yeah, for sure.
I think she's too insecure to be with anyone.
Probably.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, this isn't Cole's fault whatsoever, but his family not even wanting to meet her, that did not set anything good.
Yeah.
Like,
that
started off very, the first thing that you do when you come out of the pods and out of that honeymoon thing, you go and meet each other's families.
Yeah.
And they'd say they straight up won't even meet her.
Yeah, I get it.
I think that was just like, as soon as like I saw that on the episode, they were just fucking doomed. Yeah. There was no way around it.
All right, I think we probably should wrap because Josh is going to kill us.
Yeah, sorry, Josh.
All right, well, I love
Peace
you.
and love. See y'all next week.